ladies and gentlemen. We are at 11 minutes past 9 a.m. and we have had a good run for Art and Culture Monday. If you missed, we started with our introductions. Then in the second hour, we had quite too much fun from Shari Africa. We had just had amazing performances. And now, in our third hour, we sit and we talk all matters theatre, and this is another fun one because you know among the anchors of Art and Culture Monday is really theatre. So we're here to talk about a very important conversation, which is Kenya Theatre Awards, where we actually get to recognize the people that put in the work to actually make theatre alive. So starting from everyone that chips in is being recognized in these awards, and I'm more than happy to have this conversation. So I'm not alone in studio. I'm joined by two beautiful and brilliant ladies. They are the epitome of beauty and brains, right? Because the things they are doing, just when they open their mouth, you're like, I need to do more with my life. And I like those conversations. Karibuni sana. Where do we start? We start with Hadassah. Please say hi, tell us who you are, what you do, and then we jump right in.
Okay.
Yes.
My name is Hadassah Kariuki. I am a thespian. I act, dance, write, direct. Officially, I am the office administrator of the Kenya International Theatre Festival Trust. I am also part of the secretariat of the Kenya Theatre Awards.
Yes, okay, I'm going to ask you to repeat that and define it a bit later. Yes, because you know, just the secretariat is all we had. So I'm going to be asking you to define that a bit later. Okay. But also, like I was saying before the show, I realized you wear a couple of hats, and my most interesting one was not most writers can dance. Like that one just stood out because you know dancing is kind of all over the place. Writing requires you to actually sit down and with that script. I know. So which one came first? Was it the dancing or the sitting or the writing?
Dancing.
The dancing.
Yes.
So how did you start? Like what was your entry point to the theatre space?
Actually, you see, when most people say I started acting in high school and things like that, I actually didn't start acting in high school.
Yeah.
For me, the first point I saw acting was, I think, in primary school, when I saw a play that was done, a film actually, that was done in Kenya High School, and I was like, that's where I want to go, because they're acting, nothing else, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
And funny enough, I went there.
I wanted to ask that question. Wow,
Yes,
all right, you did
there.
follow through.
Yes, I did go there, but I didn't act until I came to university. Yes, where I did Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Film.
So after high school you were set. So then how come you weren't acting in high school, yet your course in campus was about that? You know, you'd think you'd think you followed through.
Well, I can say it's been a bit of a personal battle of self-doubt and stage fright. Yes, a lot of stage fright, but I think when you get to be with people who are doing the same craft as you, you get to like learn from them and be like, I can actually do this. Yeah.
So you moved from stage fright to actually like doing everything. A lot of the things that are in the theatre space. Yes. Wow, that is amazing. I want us to get to know the other amazing lady. She was here and I was almost, fighting because the last time she was there was 2021. I'm like, how? Please say hello.
Hi. My name is Suki Wanzanyadawa.
Yes.
I'm a performing artist. I am a lecturer of theatre and film. I want to reduce.
Yeah.
I am a festival coordinator for the Lake International Pan-African Film Festival, LIPF, but most importantly, I am a jury member for the Kenya Theatre Awards.
Yes.
And 2024 is my second year.
Yes. Wow, amazing. So you were with them in the year 2023. Amazing.
Yes.
You're going to have to answer another question. I like this conversation. So you started working with Kenya Theatre Awards last year.
Yes.
Yes. By any chance, were you Hadassah's lecturer? By any chance? Because you teach what she learned.
Yeah, you have actually asked about dance, and I was waiting for her to say that I taught her dance.
Sorry. Hadassah, this is your chance. Yeah, this is amazing. Like
Yes.
to have the student and the teacher on the same table,
Yes.
doing what what they teach about, like actually
Exactly.
experiencing and getting to do what you taught her to do.
Exactly.
That was amazing. So she made you love dance.
Yes, she was really amazing. She actually taught me in my first year.
Yeah.
Yes.
In your first year.
Yes.
How people can be taught how to dance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, but I always believe
Yeah.
we can you call it unpackaging, unharnessing?
Yeah.
Because dancing is something we all do, especially as Africans.
Yes.
Dance is in our blood.
That is true.
Yeah, so we as lecturers or as teachers, we just help you
Yeah.
discover
Sort of discover
what has been inside
yeah.
you.
So it's not, you're not putting something strange in the person.
No.
You're just helping them be able to uncover.
Yes.
Maybe I'll see you for a few of these classes.
Karibu
It's
sana.
horrible over here.
Karibu sana.
But yeah, but I am glad that you get to take her through, and now you see the work that she's doing.
Oh,
How
yes.
how are you feeling about your students?
Oh, I'm very proud. Very, very proud. I think I always tell my students, when we're out here, we are peers.
Yes.
We are peers. We're on the same platform.
True.
Let they shouldn't sit down and say, oh my God, this is my lecturer.
Yeah.
I need to be humbled for what?
Yeah.
Like, let's tufanye ile kazi ambayo imetuleta.
Exactly. Yeah.
And what that means is, as much as probably she learned from me
Yeah.
when I was lecturing her,
Yeah.
but I'm also very open to learn from her when we're
learning
in the
from her.
industry.
True.
Yeah, because depending on how long she has done this. So for example, for the Kenya Theatre Awards,
Yeah.
she's in the secretariat. Depending on how long she's done this, she's been there longer than I have.
Exactly.
So I am very ready to learn from
learn,
her.
yes.
I ask her questions. If something doesn't make sense in relation to their wording, in relation to the some data that may be crucial.
Yeah.
She's usually
You're
very
very
helpful.
open and very willing.
Yes.
And I think that is very important, especially for the entire creative industry.
Exactly.
Like you could learn a lot from a kid, just as much as you would learn so much from from a person that has been there longer.
Exactly.
So yeah, you get the pleasure of having such amazing, open-hearted and open-minded people.
Yes.
So I think you're enjoying your work so far.
yes,
I
I
want you to repeat your titles for the Kenya Theatre Awards so that we disseminate exactly what it is that you do.
So, I am the Kenya Theatre Awards.
Yes.
Is a byproduct of the Kenya International Theatre Festival Trust,
Uh-huh.
where I am the office admin.
Mm-hmm.
So, as
So in
being
your
a-
capacity as office admin, exactly what does that entail?
mostly I do logistics, finance,
Yeah.
making sure things are running. If we have workshops,
Yeah.
facilitating workshops. We have a festival in November, doing the logistics of that, the day-to-day, how do they look like? Yes, and just mainly day-to-day running of the
Yeah.
trust.
So in short, you are the muscle of the trust. Like you are the people go to. If you want things to work out, this is your girl.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So then came along the child that is Kenya Theatre Awards.
Yes.
Yes. What do you do there?
I am part of the secretariat. So these are the people that help the jury. They hold the secretariat holds the data, the meetings, the awards. We plan the awards. Yes.
So again, it's sort of logistics also for the Kenya Theatre Awards.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, disseminate for me the Kenya Theatre Awards. Like, I know it's in the name, but why was it created? Why were the awards actually, why was it important to have them?
Okay, so I'll start a bit from the Kenya Theatre Festival.
Yes.
Kit Fest, which has been running. Is it the 8th year, 9th year?
We're in the 9th year.
9th year now.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a while.
That's a
Yes.
while.
Yeah.
Where we invite theatre practitioners to come and showcase, their performances, and the festival is usually in December.
Yeah.
It's an international event because we have people coming in all the way from Brazil,
Yeah.
Egypt, South Africa, name them.
Yeah.
So from that emanated the desire to acknowledge and appreciate, the theater performances that are happening in this country. Because, we have some very good effort that is going into the theater industry by practitioners. We have some very good actors and actresses who are out there, and no one, gets to appreciate them. And so the whole idea of the Kenya Theatre Awards was to acknowledge, one, the effort that people are putting in, but also to appreciate the work that these people are doing. The focus has always been in Nairobi, not by choice, but by logistical challenges. But starting from a bit of last year and this year, we are really trying to move out into the rest of the country. So we have, as until now, I think we have watched performances in Eldoret. We are yet to move into Mombasa, Kisumu, etc. But like this year, the way it is moving, that is going to be a possibility. And so even in the space of acknowledging and appreciating, I think, and this is a personal favorite, one of the things that KTA is also doing is appreciating the ones who have come before us. The ones who have set the stage for what we see now. And biasly, I want to mention David Mulwa, who I think has trained half of the theater population in this country.
More than half, actually.
Yes, everyone has passed through his hands.
Everyone has passed through his hands, and getting KTA to appreciate him and people of his, like and caliber. I think is a very, very important thing that the Kenya Theatre Awards is doing. So that's the basic movement of KTA, appreciating and acknowledging the theatre activities that are happening in this country.
You mentioned that, and I remember we've held a lot of interviews here by playwrights, actors, actresses in the theatre scene, and even some of the plays that are played are from books that have been written by others from this country.
Exactly.
Like, which I think, like, they made their contribution so long ago, and their work lives on. So I think that's a very special place, special spot for them, because those are people whose works, on and on, they keep being replayed in theaters, and I think those are people that honestly we should be able to acknowledge.
I think just to add, I think one of the things you have said, and which I am sure we're going to mention during the Theatre Awards on Thursday, is the fact that last year we were able to see an increase in the number of Kenyan writers, or rather original plays being acted by the groups that we have within the country. There was a marked increase in that, and I think that's a very good thing, because we don't have to adapt plays from outside the country, the British, the Americans. No, we have stories, and we tell it very well. And we can tell it in a manner that resonates with the local population. And I want to acknowledge that to the Kenya Theatre Awards, the marked increase in the number of original plays that have been acted.
Like we said, and that I think cuts across even from theatre to film, that we are able to tell our stories better. I don't think I have seen a worse story than an African story told by a person who is not an African. It does not. You look at it and you're like, no, that sounds like it happened somewhere in Brazil. We don't even talk like that. So it is definitely, it's a huge step for us to even in theatre, because we can see film doing that exactly. So it is definitely, it's a huge marker to see us be able to tell our own stories in our own theatres. So that you're not feeling like you are in some place that is not even Africa. So I like that. I think I saw a play that had even a made-up village and a made-up language, an African language, and I could almost relate. I'm like, you're sure that is not some tribe that I know?
You know exactly.
And I really did enjoy that. So I think that is also another thing that is worth acknowledging. Oh, so Hadassah, let's get back to logistics. So that means you have been with Kenya Theatre Awards from 2021.
Not really. I actually joined KidFest last year.
Yes. That is 2022.
Yeah.
But I still believe you have seen a difference between 2022, 2023 and 2024.
Yes.
What are some of the differences or improvements in KidFest and the now KTA that you can, you can say, last year we did things like this. There are some things like Doc has said that are improving over time. Yeah.
I think people are beginning to embrace our vision. I think when you start something out and then now people start to see what exactly it is that you're doing for the industry, they now come on board. Like, for example, we can see an increase in the number of people who want to be part of our workshops. We have workshops throughout the year. So we can see an increase in the number of people who want to participate in the workshops. Last year, people applied to be part of the festival. In 2022, I think the number of people who applied as compared to 2023 had so many people. And you can imagine over 100 companies applying all over the nation. And now you have to narrow that down to less than 30. So I think people are beginning to see what exactly we're doing. And this year for the Kenya Theatre Awards, it's bigger. It's amazing to see that people want to be a part of this. And people are inviting the jury, actively inviting the jury to come and watch our play, tell us how can we improve, how can we do this better. And I think that is amazing, and that makes us feel like now we are doing a really good job.
Like you can see constant improvement year in, year out. Because also the fact that KTA is annual, we should be able to track progress that says it's been a year since we last were here. So Suki, being part of the jury, you were part of the jury in 2023, you're part of the jury in 2024. One, what does that entail? Like if you're called upon to be part of the jury, what is your JD?
Watch plays.
I like that.
First is the ability or the time. Like you have to put aside time to watch plays. Now, why I'm emphasizing on that is that, as she has said, there has been a marked improvement, and people are inviting the jury to now watch their shows. Like last year alone, I think we watched about 500 productions. Over a space of 12 months.
So when you say watch, you mean you're on business?
Like we physically watching. So that I'm seated in the house at to me any video physically watching. And for us to get to that 500, it means that in a particular weekend we can have as many as between 5 and 8 productions. On the jury we have 5. It's a member of five people. So at times we get to all watch the 5 at on the same weekend. But when they're many, like when they're 8, then we have to divide and say, okay, which 2 are going to this one. But yes, your JD is you have to be able to watch plays. Then of course you have to I don't use the word analyze, but yes,
critique.
Sort of critique. Critique sounds much better.
But not to the people, but but on paper.
On paper, yes.
Because then every year we meet 4 times, or rather, is it quarterly?
Yes,
right. So then for this quarter we are meeting early April, where we then get to come up with the various tentative nominees per each category. So that then by the end of the year we are not overwhelmed. So of course it means we have to watch, we have to critique, we have to analyze and see, okay, what has this play done that is good, that is acknowledgeable, that we are appreciating, which award would we want to propose them for, right?
Where do they fit best?
Where do they fit best? We have a award list of about 35. So we have to think who fits into what category, right? And sometimes we go and actually you find that a particular production would fit into every category on the form, right? Because we have a form that we fill. And then of course when you meet in during the quarterly meeting, we then get to see, okay, from all this that we have watched, unaweza tetea choice yako.
Yeah. In short,
utetee choice yako,
yeah.
because then we have to reduce that number to 5.
Yes.
So every quarter we reduce it to 5. So that at the end of the year, which the last meeting is usually in January, we end up with a list of 20, which still has to be reduced to a list of 5. And the 5 are now the nominees who are going to be put out so that people can vote.
Yes.
So
that's some workload.
That is some workload.
Yeah.
And then of course now after we have sat down, we have selected the 5 and all that. That same list goes out to the public for them to vote.
Yes.
So when, as much as the jury has, looked at the 5 and selected
even the best 5.
The best 5, but the community or the audience also has an opportunity. Out of these 5, whom do they feel
exactly
did a good job?
Fits best.
Yes.
That is a lot of elimination to do. That is honestly, and doing it over the course, over a year, because there are way too many.
Yes.
So you're reducing meeting every quarter. I think that is a brilliant idea. Whoever idea that was, pick them up. Because it would be such a heavy workload to reduce. Because now it's January. The awards are in Feb.
Yes.
And now is when we are going through 500 to reduce to 5. That could be quite the workload.
Yes.
So you have watched your fair share of plays.
We have, yes. Oh, I have. And I really appreciate it.
Yes.
I think as a theatre lover, for me, when I was called upon to be part of the jury, of course, the first thing I was like, hey, watch plays, will I have the time?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, wait, I am going to be watching plays.
It's almost like working on vacation. Like, if I can do my work as well as have a good time.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Wow. So we are looking for, that tells you the people that you actually receive to eliminate or to pick your favorite are already winners.
Yes.
Like you're choosing from a list that has gone through some vigorous elimination and some vigorous vetting.
Yes.
So you know that you're getting the best of the best. So that also means that if you're a nominee of KTA, you're already a winner. Like
Clearly.
you're already doing amazing work, whether you win or not. You're already doing some amazing work. So what are some of the categories that are in there?
We have 35 categories.
Yes.
And 5 special categories. So that brings them to about 40.
To about 40 categories. So some many.
There are very many.
Yeah.
So we look at stand-up comedy, spoken word productions, monologues, plays. So in the plays, we have the male and the female. The best lead actor, the best lead actor female, supporting character. We look at the best theatre production. We look at the best producer, best director, best playwright. We look at the designs, that is lighting design, sound design, the best stage managed production. We look at musicals, the lead actor in a musical, the lead actress in a musical, supporting. We look at the musical adaptation. We look at choreography. I think then the theatre company of the year. That's just basically about it. Then in the special categories, we have the jury special award. That is a person or an organization that the jury feels has done impressive work for the theatre space. Then we have lifetime achievement award. That is what Suki was talking about. The people who have gone before us that deserve a lot of recognition. Then we have the Ushirika Award. That is someone who is doing work that brings people together in the theatre industry. Then we have the Ushirika. Then we have the Jury Special Award. We have the Lifetime Achievement. Then we have the World Impact. So the World Impact is someone who is taking Kenyan theatre outside the world. Yes.
So that is not just local. It
yes.
can be adapted elsewhere. You know, I'm looking for a time where, you know, other theaters get to adapt. They're like, this is a Kenyan play that now we are adapting. So that means this is also futuristic. You're not just looking to within the country, which there's a lot of work to do, but also that, you know, we are looking outside and saying, okay, how can this, you know, go out there to impact other people or even other places. But I think the whole explanation or that whole answer is screaming planned. Like this didn't just happen. The categories didn't just land somewhere. No, some work was actually, some thought was put into it. How does the Suki take us through voting? Like, so after you have eliminated, we had started that conversation, we started eliminating from beginning of the year. So actually your first meeting in April will already be on the next year's awards. Yes, so that has happened. So you've met quarterly 4 times. What happens after that?
So once we meet quarterly, so that is April, August, December, October.
Oh,
yeah. And then so instead of December, we meet in January. So January we meet for that quarter, November, December, October, November, December, and then we have another second meeting in January. Now to go over everything from the 4 quarters.
You've been doing, exactly.
So because we have been eliminating as we go along, we end up with a list of 20 per category. In some we ended up with a list of 35. I do not know how.
Because everyone anatetea kesi yake. This one deserves.
And it's because honestly the quality of productions was so good. It was so high. So it's not ati apana mimi napenda Hadasa, I think tumweke kwa list. Ni Hadasa amefanya nini? Why are we saying Hadasa should be on the list, for example? Right? So it's a lot of that. Then we during the second meeting with the list of 20, now we have to reduce it to 5. And it has to make sense. Why are you putting the 5 on that list? And then of course we also as much as we're looking at the quality of productions, we're also looking at consistency. Right? We're looking at just being, especially when she talked about the jury special award, being able to acknowledge someone who we might not, or a production which you feel your production haikuweza, but kuna mtu ama kuna kitu ambacho kilifanyika that really stood out. So we want to acknowledge that person, or we want to acknowledge that theater house
for putting in the work, for putting their best foot forward, despite the the how the entire thing looks. And then of course we even as we are selecting that, we're selecting individuals, and that, trust me, was a hell of a lot of of a headache, because we have such good actors and actresses in this country, let me tell you. And you at the end of the day you sit and wonder, so why was this one selected and this one not selected? No, it doesn't mean that this person was not good. It just means that during that particular production or during that particular period of time, this one put their best foot forward. And so once we come up with a list of 5 per category, the list is then put out for voting by the population or by the audience. I think it's usually a 3-week process, 3-week period of time. So everyone, and mtu anaweza jipigia debe, hi guys, vote for me. Yes, I have seen a lot from production houses. I have seen a number of them.
So they, once that process is done, so the KTA, or rather KitFest, has a system where percentages are gotten. So the percentage from the jury's vote and a percentage from the audience vote. Then that is put together, and the person with the highest gets to win.
Gets the award. So even after the selection of 5, we still have voting from the jury.
We still, now the selection of 5 is basically the voting from the jury. That is our vote from the jury. And so then now the audience.
The audience voting, and whoever has the highest, then they get to take home the award. I think that is one of the most straightforward ways I have had, I have seen. I know there are a lot of contentions for voting and juries, but I think this one is pretty straightforward. Like, your work is speaking for you from beginning to the end.
And let me tell you, the voting by the audience, I think this year we have seen it work wonders. The way, for example, the jury has already come up with the list of best 5. And once people have have taken, once the list has gone out for voting, and people wamejipigia debe, in some categories the juries whatever was just overturned, and people I don't want to use the word diligently, but they rightfully won or are gonna win. because of, one, they put in the work, but two, the audience has been able to see that they put in the work, they give them the vote.
Yes, because those are two different things, by the way. Because you as a jury, it's part of your JD to be there, but the audience chose to actually be there, and they had a good time, and they felt this one is worth the vote. Hey, I'm already looking forward to Thursday. Yes, Hadassah, before we talk about the dates, because you're almost out of time, is there something new that's happening this year that has not happened before?
I think what I can say is last year we had support from the minister, Honorable Ababu Namwamba. He gave each winner 100,000 for cash prize, and which was like something that was so abrupt. So this year he promised during the unveiling of the nominees, he said this year it's going to be actually bigger and better, because he saw what exactly the Kenya Theatre Awards is about. So the winners are going to get more than that. Yes.
That is a cash award. That is something nice.
Yes,
more than 100 Gs. 100 Gs is already
a lot of money.
It's already a lot of money. Especially just that, because the award itself is already so much recognition. So the fact that it comes with a cash prize
is an added advantage.
Exactly. It's a big, huge added advantage. So I hope that you guys are ready. I hope that your sleeves are, they are ready to do this. And also that tells you, once again, for the year 2025, you need to pull up your socks, because you can see that it keeps getting better and better and better. So if you put more effort, if Suki cannot believe what she will see on the plays, you are going to be worth something, and not just a recognition but also monetary value, which I think would go a long way, especially for everybody really. For actors, actresses, the ones that are being recognized, production houses, that prize money would go a long way in even bettering the things that they are bringing to the table. All right, perfect. Take us through the dates, the when do guests arrive, what is going to be the program of the day?
So of course the dates is for the award is 29th of February, which is this Thursday. Please, if you're coming, come dressed to the nines. It's a red carpet event. People will be awarded, so of course we'll go through the awarding ceremony. But one of the things we always like to do is to have at least one or two, short performances. So the audience feels like they're in the mood also. And feel what has been happening throughout the year. So probably.
All right, Sawa.
So the program starts at 6 p.m. The venue is Safari Park Hotel. So it's the whole red carpet. It's the whole shebang. I believe we'll have I don't call them billboards, but placards that show the number of shows that the jury has watched outside. So when you come in, you actually get to see, this happened, this happened, this happened. So when you hear a winner, you won't be like, did that happen? Who is that? So there is going to be that. There is going to be a lot of photos. There is going to be cocktails after the event. So it's going to be a really amazing event.
Exactly. I think Safari Park was a very nice touch to it. Their location already is calling your name. And then of course the events of the night. Like there's a lot that has gone to this event happening. So from 6 p.m. and it's 6 p.m. English time.
Arrival is at 5 p.m.
So arrival is at 5 p.m. So if your friend is a Kenyan time, I'll be at 4 p.m. Okay. So who are invited?
Because of the numbers, we have special guests. There's theatre practitioners, the minister himself and his office, the Nairobi County government. Then we have each nominee was given 3 seats, each individual nominee. So you see there's 5, each has 3 seats. And then the group category has 5 seats each. So that's about 570 seats for the nominees alone. And we are working with a capacity of 700. So unfortunately, it is closed to the public.
Exactly. So so you can't also just pop up. Wait, is KUTV invited? Well, let me know if I want to start a fight. Yes. Thank you. So as media, are we there?
Yes.
Thank
media
you.
and
Thank you very
investment.
much. So, unfortunately, it's a closed event,
Yeah.
but KitFest and KTA are very, very vibrant on social media.
Yes.
Can I say
So, yes,
it's going to be a live
it's
event.
going to be
it's
a
going
live
to be
event.
live, so you
Thank
can
you.
follow it.
Yeah, so I thought, where is it going to be streaming?
On our YouTube at KidFest.
Yes.
Yes. That it's going to be
All right,
live.
yes, so on YouTube at KitFest, I didn't even know that information, but I thought there would be something of the sort. Yeah, so that, you know, if you're a theater lover, you don't miss it. You know, you don't miss the great works that, you know, have happened in the course of the year.
Yeah.
And even this one will be telling you, you know, which productions are you to watch out for in the year 2023. So it's
Yes.
definitely something that you do not want to miss. So yeah, if you have been invited, already know it's a prestigious
Auspicious
event.
event.
So dress the part, be there on time, and just make sure you're having a lovely, lovely night. All right? So be there. Thank you, ladies, for being there. I cannot tell you to invite people because you've already invited people. So I want to give you each quarter a minute to just talk to people and just talk about theater. Invite people to theater in general. Do you think it's worth their while? Yeah.
Okay, great. Let me start.
Yeah.
I believe, from what I have seen in 2023,
Yes.
the theater scene is alive and vibrant.
Yes.
You know, so we can't sit back and say, oh, the people don't have a theater going culture. Oh, yeah, we have seen performances that have been fully sold out
Yes.
and have actually had to have another production due to public demand.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
so the theater is alive and vibrant in this country. One of the things, when she was talking about the categories,
Yeah.
she had forgotten to mention, and I wanted to mention right now, is that we also have something called the Kikwetu Productions,
Yeah.
which is plays done in African indigenous languages. So yes, as part of my last word,
Yes.
don't say, oh, I'm not coming to the theater because it's in English or in Swahili. I'm not. No.
Yes.
We have plays that have been done in Kikuyu, in Kikamba, in Luo, Luya,
Yes.
Kaleo.
So you have no excuse.
Someone does not have any excuse.
Yes.
Tafadhali, 2024, make it make it something to do every month,
Yes.
if you can, to attend at least one production every month,
Exactly.
and they'll have fun.
Exactly. From the horse's mouth, you have heard for yourself. Hadassah.
What I can say is it takes a lot to put a production. So the money, the 1,000, the 2,500, it's worth your money. It has taken a lot from the scripting to putting up the show itself, booking the space, all that. It takes a lot of resources, energy, time, and everything. So that 1,000 really helps us out as thespians. Yes, and 20 theater.
Exactly. 20 theater. And I have not paid for a ticket for a show that I felt was not worth my time and my money. Like even those ones that are not nominated or anywhere, I have not attended a play that I was like, what did I just do?
Yeah.
No, all of them have really actually been worth more than the money, than the time that I have put in there. There are a few comments before I allow you go. John A. Mwangangi is saying art and culture Monday on Vibes. What a nice way to start this week. I know, right? Thank you for being here. Linda Momanyi is saying enjoying the show. Thank you so much. Eric Fundi is saying the show is lit. Thank you so much. Gilo is saying tuned in and loving every bit of today's show. Sharing Africa was on fire. Yes, that she was. June Christine is saying the show is always lit. Well done. And Madam Host is always gorgeous. Thank you very much. The Mufasa is saying good morning art and culture Monday, loving the show, watching from Kenyatta Road, loving the film talks today. Thank you. I know, right? The theater talks are on fire today. Rahab Kabush anasema tuned in, enjoying the show. Thank you so very much. And Ian Cheptumo is saying loving the show 100%. Thank you for keeping me company at Art and Culture Monday. We want to wrap up. Thank you ladies for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure. See you Thursday. Hope you get to catch a glimpse of exactly what will be happening, to come and share with the people, to keep inspiring them to go to those theaters, pay for those tickets and go and watch those plays that are happening. So ladies and gentlemen, for now we put a close to our launch number 2. I'll see you in a bit to close.